All
All right, there we go. Hey, everybody. Sorry for the late start. We're just trying to wait for some crew to show up, and Mule is AWOL. I don't know. He got black bagged or something there. He having trouble with the DMV. So uh, come on down and join us for the chat. Hopefully, a few people will show up now that we're going live. So,
I think the DMV is closed, Jim.
well, who knows? They got online DMV now in Iowa. I just got a postcard about it, and I went to their website, and it was having problems. So maybe they got it fixed now.
That's convenient for the illegals. They can just go online and they don't have to show any documentations and
Yeah,
sign
right.
me.
I don't know about new applications, but they talked about renewals anyway. So you could do it once every other cycle or something.
Yeah. I want to know why they, when you got a vehicle that's 20 years old or whatever, they still go off of the MSRP, or even a vehicle that's 7 years old. I got what is it, 96 Honda that I'm paying registration on, and they're saying that the friggin' thing, cost 20 some odd $1,000 back in '96, and I'm still being charged registration on that $20,000 car that's worth maybe $1,000.
I don't know how different states do it differently. Iowa's like, yeah, the first couple of years it's like real fucking expensive, like $500, and then as it gets really old, then it gets down to like $25. But Illinois, it's like everybody pays about the same, like close to 100 or something.
Yeah, it never changes. Ridiculous.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you go do an insurance claim and they automatically cut whatever
Yeah,
value that is in half.
that's a perfect thing to bring up. Yeah, it goes the other way when you need an insurance claim. They're like, "Oh, this car's not worth anything," right? Well, tell the DMV that because I'm paying, the registration for the darn thing.
Exactly. So if they want to make it fair, just make the insurance adjusters do the assessment for the whatever you got to pay at the DMV.
You know what? You should run for office. I like your methodology.
I try.
All right.
It's
So it's
just common sense, right? Like if you're going to be fair, be fair.
yeah, no bite.
Yeah, Corey Ibe out there in California has been fighting the DMV issue about how he turned in his driver's license and said he doesn't consent to their contract anymore, and how he is representing himself as a common law person and not a U.S. citizen and all that kind of shit. So that's all the driver's license kind of thing is a trap to get you to have a political pledge to be the U.S. citizen and not just the agent for the U.S. citizen. So
Right. Well, it's supposed to be for commerce, and if we're driving our kids to school, we're not conducting commerce. I'm not making any money on that.
yep, you're taking care of another piece of their property though, managing those children until they become productive slave units.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, it's unreal. We're supposed to be, free to travel with our belongings, and we're not really free.
No, free. Like we know, freedom isn't free, right?
Yeah.
Right? Just like you think you got money in your pocket, those Federal Reserve notes really don't even belong to you. It's just their property of the private bank, especially just lend it out to you.
That represent
Yeah.
debt. You know?
So that's what Mule was gonna bitch about, just dealing with fucking government. I mean, you can go down to the DMV, they say you need this, and okay, you go home and you get it, and you come back and you go, oh no, you need something else, and you just get this jerked around bullshit. He said something about in his video that he had a couple law enforcement officers who were there to kind of like keep the peace or, or ask him to leave, kind of thing, or he was having trouble with the.
No, dude, he lives in Illinois. The police are already there. You know, they're probably doing security or something. You know how many people freak out at the DMV?
It's gonna cost what?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't talked to them all day. I just got back from basketball, the kids. So I was looking to see what you guys were talking about, and it's like the event hadn't started. I'm like, I'm gonna come in here and light a fire under your guys' asses. It's like, for some reason, you guys think that there's rules. It's like, hell no. Just fire it up. You could be there by yourself. Don't matter. Just fire it up. people like me, they're voyeurs. They just want to listen in and see what's going on.
Speaking of firing it up, my wife and her nephew are upstairs in the other part of the house. They're firing it up some, and it took a little while for all these vapors to kind of proceed through the house and end up down here in my office room. And like kept follow my nose, but there's mass spectrometers, how those things kind of work. I don't know if you remember from high school how different weights of molecules travel faster than others. So there's like this wave of different odors as you go through the whole spectrum of different chemicals that are in the smoke. You're like, that was pretty flowery, and then you go along a little further and you smell something a little different. And
Right.
It's like a gas chromatograph.
yeah, but you do the same thing with the smoke, and how it's all the different components. So kind of like the lighter molecules will travel faster and make it to the other parts of the house before the other ones do, the heavier ones.
Yep.
Say, Reb, how you doing there, buddy?
Not too bad. Just trying to feed this puppy.
All right, cool.
Sorry if I'm loud.
That car you're talking about is a Honda Civic, right?
Yeah.
Is it in good condition?
You gonna give me the blue look?
Yeah.
No, it's in piss poor condition. That's the way I like it. It's like the motor, I rebuilt the whole top end, but the exterior, the paint shot, window don't roll down.
Okay,
You know.
it's still worth $1,100. That's a private sale.
Yeah, I'd have to find a sucker to pay that for it, but yeah, it's got almost 300,000 on it.
If you did happen to trade it into a dealer suckered somebody in the next day, they get $2,500 for it. Or they can ticket it for 25. And then isn't that a crock of shit?
Yeah, it is. The whole system's rigged, baby.
Oh yeah.
Meanwhile, the DMV wouldn't let you license it until you got all those items fixed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Or if you have a real fancy sports car and then you have like camouflage for it, so you flip a switch and it just looks like a piece of shit sitting there on the curb and nobody will want to steal it.
Well, it's just like out here in Nevada, they made all the off-road vehicles, the ATVs and dirt bikes and whatnot, have to get registered. And they did it under the guise of, they're getting stolen, so we need to be able to track them and all that. It's like, really? When's the last time you had your house broken into, your car, you called the cops, and A, they actually come out for a report, and B, they actually returned your fucking property? Never.
Right. Absolutely right.
It's just a racket. So what else is going on, man? That snow in Buffalo, New York is just insane.
Yeah, that is crazy, man. Could you imagine that?
Talk about, global warming. Holy smokes.
I mean,
They had the balls to come out with some report saying that, I don't know if they're talking August or September, one of the more recent months. Oh, it's the hottest one in recorded history. Well, I don't know where the fuck they're measuring the temperature, but it ain't in the United States. So.
Yeah.
well, since they're trying to overthrow reality, wouldn't it be global warming is actually global cooling?
Yeah.
Did you ever hear the explanation that global warming or global cooling is a result of global warming?
Yeah.
No, I think the cycles are, if you look at the Farmer's Almanac, they'll tell you what's what. I trust the farmers over, any scientists any day of the week. They never get it right.
Like, yeah, but I'm saying that.
And you can't trust anything they say. I mean, we're living in that bad movie where, we can't trust anything they say. Everything they say is a lie, and it's like we get used to being lied to so much that, I was talking to Mule the other day. It was just like, dude, it's like it doesn't matter what happens or what is said. You can't believe anything anymore. It's like
Right.
unless you were there with your own eyes,
Yeah.
you can't believe anything that you hear.
Yeah, and does it make sense that global cooling is the result, or global cooling is the result of global warming? That makes sense to me.
Well,
Talk about
okay.
overturning the oceans is kind of what contributes to some of this.
Well, they spray these nano-sized particles of aluminum in the sky, and the sun, heats up the land, and then the heat rises, and then it reflects off the nano particle aluminum that's in the air, and it's got to reflect, you would think, keeping trapping the heat inward. So actually, it would be artificial global warming.
Yeah, I saw some video about it might have been that Dabu 077 talked about a solar farm in California that it's only getting about half the sunlight, and then the complaint is it has to do with all the vapor trails from all the aircraft are fucking up their whole business model, They're not getting
That's
the energy
chemtrail.
that they're supposed to get. Yeah.
It's chemtrailing, and they say they're doing it for global warming and global engineering and cloud seeding and this, that, and the other. But it's nefarious at best.
Which is
Big part of how the oceans play into all this is that the overturning of the water, how the cold water in the bottom of it comes up to the surface, and then the salinity changes, and how it circulates and all that kind of shit has a lot to do with these various changes in the climate, which oh no, it's not that, it's carbon.
You know what I haven't heard in a few decades is that the Gulf Stream is stopping. You remember that one?
Hearing that too, it's slowing or whatever.
No, I haven't heard of it for a long, long time.
Well, I did see that the magnetic poles are shifting faster and faster.
wouldn't that explain all the death of the fish and birds and everything? Because don't they use the magnetic pole to navigate? And wouldn't that make sense?
I know migratory birds. That's some of the theories behind the migratory birds. Yeah, I don't know about fish.
Let's think about this for a minute. You get 35,000 seals that beach themselves, or dolphins, or whatever, any kind of fish or whatever. What would make them run themselves into shore like that?
Several theories. That could be one of them. I've heard other ones that say that military operations are exploding some type of sonar bomb underneath water that's driving marine life away from certain areas. That could be another theory. There's a bunch of them out there, but what's true?
Exactly.
Yeah, Fukushima probably has nothing to do with it.
Could be, yeah, that's exactly right. Because lately too, there's been a report of no krill in the Pacific Ocean, none. That's impossible. It was full of krill, and if something cannot find its own food source, which is, if it is krill, okay, they say, oh, none here, let's make a hard left, boom, shit, we're on shore. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Many factors too, like that big garbage patch that's in the middle of the Pacific there.
That too.
Sure, that's not helping any of the plankton or that gather the sunlight and feed off of the sunlight.
And if there was sometime that garbage patch will be a resource and go harvest it.
Oh, we can go move on to it. We can create an island.
Yeah, if it's matted tight enough.
Yeah, you can recycle all that stuff and ship it back to Japan.
Yeah, China.
Like a big water bed.
Make a new nuclear containment out of it, send it back there.
Japan, they're talking about the possibility they might evacuate the whole island of Japan because it's so badly contaminated.
It took them so long.
Isn't it ironic that Japan, we dropped the fucking bomb on Japan, and then to squat years later, they fucking fry their own people?
Yeah, ironic as hell. But if they're gonna evacuate that island, what they need to do first is to take some bulldozers and start working it 24/7 and make a giant lake in that son of a bitch, so they can start pumping that water out of that containment area into that hole. And I know that's not going to help anything. It's not going to help much because of the groundwater situation being right so close, in the Pacific Ocean itself, actually. But at least it won't be pumping 4 million or billion gallons a day into the ocean directly.
It's also the factor that they've got all those containment units sitting up top rotting away that are ready to burst as well.
Yeah, rotting away. They're brand new. That's what's crazy too.
So the design of them was ridiculous to begin with.
Right, yeah. Putting salt water in a riveted vessel. Duh.
Oh yeah, that was just a last-ditch effort to cool the core, but
Salt water is the most severe metal fatigue test, and especially where you have two different types of metals, being the plate of the tank and then the rivet. And then you add the sodium chloride in that area of the joiner with the rivet will fail prematurely every time.
yep.
Almost sounds like they planned it that way, right?
Sure
Let's pick the worst place that we could possibly pick. Fault line, next to a fault line, next to the water, and build the plants there.
Yeah.
You look at California and the fracking going on there; they don't give a shit.
And you know what's crazy too is right next to the Marianas Trench, which is 7 miles deep and has some of the strangest animals in the ocean on this earth that we've never even seen before, and we're never going to get to see now.
There's fault lines all over North America that they're drilling near, and they really don't care. They just don't tell. Look at BP. Look at their track record with safety with OSHA. Good Lord, even before Deepwater Horizon. But it just keeps happening over and over. Yeah, we're going to put in more pipelines.
So I don't know who's steering this ship, but if you want to invite some people or whatnot, you can do so. I'll try to invite Mule in. I'm not going to be able to stay too long, fellas, but there's a lot of smart guys in here, so I'm sure it will be a very good chat that I will listen to later and maybe come back in. I don't know.
Yep, no worries. Anybody want to do any shout-outs? I know we're waiting for G to get back.
Got him in the room while we're waiting. Anybody got the room up?
I can pull it up.
Yeah, I don't have a link to the room, unfortunately.
Let's see. We got Optimus Android 26, Ronnie Brown, Tactical Tony 702. How you doing, buddy? Haven't talked to him in a while. We got the Truth Seeker. We got Wild Iron Horseman. What's up, Glenn? 10 Round Patriot. Fabrizio. What's up? Save America's Liberty. Southern Style 357. Morty's. Joel Quantum Heart School. J Watt 69. I already said Ronnie Brown. Let's see. Caregiver. Smurf Killer. And Mystical Carter. That's all I see for now. But like I said, man, you guys keep it running strong, and invite other people in or whatnot.
Yeah, people have been popping in now. Some of the other chats are ending in that. Long Heart School, J Watt.
Brother Smurth and Brother Wild Iron, I'll shoot you guys both a link in case you guys want to come in. See you out there.
That's craziness. Daughter just brings me another tooth. She lost a tooth last night. Now she lost another tooth, and I'm thinking, oh shoot, you get hit, elbowed in basketball? Dog, no, I just pulled it out. Tough chick. She'd rather do it than have me stick my big hands in her mouth and pull it out.
Yeah.
It's like we don't do the tooth fairy thing anymore. It's like she's 10 years old. It's like, listen, man, you want to earn some money? Go rake the leaves. That tooth, make a necklace.
Yeah, that's why I like the fact now that my kids are older and the Santa thing isn't there. It's I can take credit for those gifts now. Yeah. Now you know who got you. Daddy got you those gifts.
Yeah, Santa Claus retired now, huh?
Yep.
So what's the skinny on that shooter or whatnot? And anybody followed that story?
Oh, he's dead.
Yeah.
Florida.
Yeah. Yeah, we know he's dead.
Somebody posted a video about these packages this guy mailed out to like 8 or 9 people before it happened, and the FBI or somebody was telling these people not to open the packages when they arrived. Mystery.
I don't even follow those stories anymore. It's just sickening, it's the way it's, you know what, probably tomorrow there'll come out a story that they were doing a town over or very close to the shooting here. They were doing a SWAT training cycle or something like that, and all of a sudden that day or the next day, boom, there's another shooting, just like the last half dozen have been.
Yep. Same pattern.
Yeah, there's another video too about some student didn't know he'd been shot in his backpack. A book apparently stopped a bullet or something like that.
Well, lucky him. That's cool. Good for him.
It was a school shooting?
Yeah, somebody leaving the library and hearing the shots going off, so I'm getting the fuck out of here. And apparently, he was wearing his backpack and had some books in it. And then later on, he realized the backpack had taken around.
Wow.
Through all the excitement, he must not have noticed the impulse.
Yeah.
Well, that's funny because I think wasn't it just in Florida where they just had this lockdown drill that they didn't tell the school about? They didn't tell the parents, the students, or the teachers that they were going to do it. Active shooter drill. It's like,
Yeah,
why
I
is
remember.
a drill going on when something supposedly happens? That's not a coincidence.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, maybe that's what's in those packages that the shooter sent out, was that he was being coerced by the FBI or somebody to do this.
Yeah.
I hope somebody fucking opens the package up, and reveals what the mystery is. They're supposed to arrive tomorrow or something.
Surprised they didn't intercept them.
Yeah, I got a few people out there in that chat now. Call sign Houdini's out there. That's cool. And Sparks One and Joel's Quantum Heart School and Truth Seeker and Smurth Killer and O1 LS1 SS and 69 Bones. Mike Nicewiner. Let's see who else we got. Save America's Liberty. Eltenda, come on in the room. You're out there. You got a key. Wild Iron Horseman. He's out there. 10-round Patriot was in the room a little bit, and then he departed. Caregiver, Optimus Android, Morty's Tactical Tony. Come on back, Tony. You get to hear about your latest Southern Style 357 and J Watt. I guess that gets it. Ronnie Brown. So thanks for watching. And what happened to Chris? He was in, and then he disappeared. We were talking about eating spiders and all kinds of weird shit like that, and then he fucking left.
Yeah, I don't think Chris likes to hang out when it's live, brother.
He's a little shy, yeah.
Yeah. Little camera shy.
He's got to get over that if he's going to be our man on the ground. He was doing pretty good reporting those immigration things back around the 4th of July, so appreciate that, Chris. You're bringing us live reports, Had a few close confrontations with some people, just trying to explain. I'm just here trying to report it. I don't want to get in your face. But Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, and if anybody happens to know where or what happened to Muley and what's going on, let us know. Good to know. Make sure he's safe and sound anyway.
Yeah, must have internet trouble or something. I don't know. And he does depart. What's he usually depart around 10:30 or something and go grab his wife from work or something? But,
Yeah. And I know, what was it, last week or the week before, there was a big net split. One of the big providers went down all night.
yeah, it makes you wonder when your internet connection drops out. What's going on? It's the end of the world. Fuck.
Yeah.
Grab the bug out bag.
Facebook went down a couple months ago, and it was only down for about an hour, and everybody was freaking out.
Yeah, people are calling the cops, 911, bitching.
Yeah.
Facebook don't work. It is how much people are dependent on their fucking shit, their cell phones and computer as a way of life. It hasn't really been that long. I mean, since the mid '90s before people started getting addicted to the internet.
Yeah, and I mean, like a lot of people too, you get rid of cable, and that becomes your means of entertainment, right? A lot more people are getting rid of cable and just sticking with the internet, with their games and Facebook and all the other different types of social media.
That's what gets me about the cable and satellite TV. You have 1,000 channels to choose from. You're still only going to be watching one at a time. So if you can order the fuckers a la carte and just buy the ones you like to watch.
And not to mention how many of those are all sports, and how many of those are all news, and how many of those are half infomercials. A bunch of bullshit. Just like all these damn commercials and pop-ups and shit on the computer. I'm paying for the computer for the shows I want, not the goddamn pop-ups.
Yeah, advertising that creeps in everywhere.
Yeah, some of that shit, some of the pages are like you got to click like several times to get to the story that you want to read. It's like whack-a-mole. Something pops up, you got to smack it, and another one pops up.
Yeah. The ones I don't like is the ones you can't skip.
Oh, like the mandatory 30-second YouTube ads or whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
Some of them are pretty good, but during the election there, I kept getting the same fucking ads over and over again. You go, okay, I've already seen it like 10 times. That's enough, please. Show me something like commercial for Cabela's or something. That maybe I'll watch that,
Yeah.
Well, that is one thing about that Google tracking type shit. If you're out there researching various products, they'll bug the shit out of you for about a month. Here's we know you've been looking at this, Hey, there's Steve.
G.
Who? What do we have here? My apologies.
What's going on, G?
Well, better late than never, as they say. I had to take care of Mama. The boy,
you guys bench?
they gave me some machine the doctors did, and it's like a fucking penguin, and I gotta put some shit in it. It's got a tube, and I gotta put it in little man's mouth and his nose so he can. It's like a humidifier, but because of his respiratory virus and the breathing, I had to give it to him. It just took a little bit longer than I thought. And I saw a video game start up. So, Truth and I wanted to start something tonight, and I appreciate everybody coming out and hanging out with us.
The little man got some asthma? What's going on?
Little man had croup. That respiratory shit, right? And then fucking she got it. And then fucking, it's been a crazy week. I haven't talked to you in a while. Last week was crazy. It was his birthday. I got hit by a deer fucking Friday. It all started, I get hit by a deer on a Friday night. And his birthday party was on a Saturday. So then on the birthday party, Rev, everything is hunky dory. We go to those little, it's called Holy Polies. It's like an amusement park for kids. They got the zip tie. They got like a whole bunch of moon bounces. Yada yada yada. So he went on the zip line because that's all he wanted to do. That's why we got the party there. He went down the zip line and he was holding on to the bar, and the bar just busted his head open. And yeah, another episode.
The bar busted?
The bar busted his head open. So when he came down off the zip line, little man was covered with blood.
Holy smokes.
Instead of taking him home to open up presents, we had to take him to the ER. We got at the ER at like 8 o'clock at night. We didn't get home until like almost midnight.
That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Everything happens in threes. I don't know why. When it rains, it pours.
Yeah, so says Murphy's Law. I'd like to find Murphy.
So we were just chilling. And Truth and I didn't see me come on tonight, so we were like, okay, let's get it going.
Yeah, man. Anybody ever wants to fire it up, it doesn't matter.
No.
Doesn't matter what time it is. Doesn't matter who's in. Doesn't matter. Just do it.
Exactly.
Like I said, man, there's people that they don't have TV, they don't have cable, and they want to hear a conversation.
All the time.
So, I'm one of those.
I also want to thank HDP for, like I said, HDP, thank you very much for coming in on Tuesday and opening up for me. I apologize. I gotta tighten up on my Tuesday nights. I just had some family shit I had to deal with. Like I said, everybody's getting sick. I'm the only healthy one in the house. So, you know how it is, right? Little one sick, shit's sick. Makes me sick too.
Yep. Well, we're going to pick up the slack when we can.
I'm always picking up the slack,
You guys are like, chatting professionals.
Yes, we are.
You're chatting when I go to sleep. You're chatting when I wake up.
We're always here to educate the audience, and whoever has something that they're not sure of. A lot of people come on here and hang out, talk to us during the day, and as people get by, and damn, someone's got a bad day.
Might be me again.
I hate when I hear myself like 10 times after I finish the sentence. But fucking it gives people a place to hang out, and a lot of people work from home, like me. What's up, Tag Dad? Big shout outs to Brother Tag. Comes out, hangs out with us. It's good times. You've been on the set before, Brother Red. You know how we do.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the wife took a couple days off. So yeah. Her hip's hurting, my back's hurting, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, babe. Y'all getting sick too. Everyone's getting sick, sure.
No, I ain't getting sick, we're getting worn out.
Worn out. Brother Jim, Brother JoJo.
Big. Yeah, they were asking out there in the chat about Obama. I don't know. I didn't pay any attention
What's
to
that?
it. Do you have anything intelligent to say tonight?
Who?
Our fearless leader, our treasonous leader, I mean.
I didn't catch the speech. Does anybody have a synopsis of it? Or?
I just heard it was a bunch of yada yada yada. Not really. I mean, I heard it was just a bunch of lies.
I heard he spoke in Arabic the whole time. How would you know what he said?
Oh, I thought it was Spanish that he was going to be doing it in. But
Yeah.
Oh, was he at the Latin Grammys or some shit?
No, he was at the Islamic fucking pep rally. The ISIS pep rally.
You going to
Bro Lance, what's up, brother?
What's up? What's up?
Oh, you on me?
Join the madness.
Yeah, just dropping in to see how everybody's doing.
Hey, bro, Lance.
How you doing, Joe?
I'm doing great. I got my early Christmas gift today.
It's neat to
Another
have
habit.
to have a captive audience whenever you feel like shooting the shit. So I gotta take my hat off to all you guys who are chatting it up and
All good, bro.
keeping the conversation alive, man.
Keeping
Kudos
those late night souls from falling asleep at the wheel.
What's going
Right?
on, brother Truth? What's up, brother
No.
Tactical Tony? What's up, brother Brown? Do a quick shout out real quick, brother Wild Art. I sent you our link earlier, my brother. Brother Breezy O. Brother Carter, what's going on, my brother? Good to see you, man. Call sign Houdini, what's up, man? Good to see you out here. It says Rebel endorses child labor.
Damn Skippy.
Saves
Capital.
America. Saves America Liberty. What's up, brother Don? Get you a link out if you want, brother. Southern Style 357. Sparks 1, what's going on, Patriot? JQHS, what's going on? Brother Smurf, what's going on, man? J Watt, what's going on?
Okay,
See who's out there. Mutt's out there, what's going on? J Watt. Morty's.
What?
My brother Truth. Mike Neeswender. 10 round, what's going on, brother? Optimus Android. We got Caregiver. What's up, brother Care? Brother Berlance, what's up? Just stepped in. 69 Bones. Brother JoJo, thanks for coming in. Brother Stan. Brother Reb. Myself. And I think that's about it, right? I think I got it. I think.
All those people, we're gonna have to get our own zip code or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really don't want a zip code because you don't want to be in a federal territory or zone, a fictitious federal. You want to be on the real land, you know.
That's true. Good crew. Good crew.
What's going on, Lance? How you doing?
Doing good. Nice and cold everywhere.
Especially Buffalo, New York.
Oh man.
Yeah, my sister's killing, dude. My sister lives up there. She lives in Jamestown, like 20 minutes from Buffalo. She's fucking. It's bad. Like JJ, brother JJ, he's up in White Lakes, up in Michigan, man. He's getting bombed 20 inches here, 20 inches there.
Yeah, so they talk about how ice ages started. How you'll get a good snow like that, and then it just might go through the summer, and the summer will still be there the next year, and it happens over and over again. And next thing you know, it's a glacier in your backyard. Yeah.
You're scaring people.
No, there's this guy, author on Coast to Coast. I can't remember his name, but he wrote some book, not by fire but by ice, and he's talking about the starts of ice ages. You know, they can go, as little as 20 years. You could have substantial changes. You know.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I think how far the glaciers proceeded. Southern Iowa, middle Illinois, middle of Ohio. You see how far they advanced, but outside the range of the glacier, you just have a shorter growing season, but people still survive there. So. No, like
I'm just sending some links.
I think Montreal would probably do all right with a glacier because I think a lot of their cities like underground anyway, which is kind of cool.
You said you're moving to Montana, Joe? You said you're moving, Jim?
No, I'm not moving in here, not yet. But if I had the glaciers, that's where they kind of stopped. It's like south to here, where I'm at. So if the glaciers come back, they'd probably have a similar extent because it'd take a while for them to get there. But so Ice Age
Glacier,
is it's not necessarily the end of civilization. It might be the end of our population at as its current point. But people would they'll live through an Ice Age. Move south.
glaciers usually only move about 1 inch per year. Last I heard.
Yeah, so you can outrun a
How
glacier.
close is, how close is it to you?
If you can run an inch per year, you can outrun it.
On Hawaii, you're watching those lava streams come down the hill. You just, you don't want to get too close and then get cut off. Like, fuck, painted into a corner.
Oh man, yeah, those lava streams are crazy.
They used to have commercials for septic tank backups, like having a volcano on your lawn. Yeah, right.
Hey, everybody out there watching in the lounge, please don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Gentlemen in the room, I'd like you to do the same.
Or the
Yes, sir.
district, I prefer.
I will get on. I'm doing some links right now, Jojo, but I'm gonna get on that. Thank you.
All righty.
Well, who
Yes,
who
sir.
planned
Yes,
this shit? What's the topic?
Truth and I started this.
You guys were afraid to hit that button live. Should we do it? We wait. Should we do
No.
it? See, that's what happens when you guys hang out in all these private chats so long. Gunshot, man. You know?
No.
It's fucking stage fright, man.
No. Well, don't forget, hey, we know where the home base is. We know how to start the home base at all times. Like I said, we knew Neil was out, so we got a bitch started up. That's how we do. We look out for each other.
Since it's just
Tony said it took long enough.
what
We
Tony
tried
said?
to. Tony said it took long enough. Tony,
Right.
we're on your time, brother. We're trying to get on your time zone. You know what I mean? We don't want to, just in case if you need some extra sleep there, Tone, get your sleep and come on in, big boy. Party started already. Where you at? 12:34 on the East Coast time. It's only 9:34 there, buddy. No excuses. Come on in.
Since
Come
it's just
on
us,
in.
since it's just us and it's kind of low key, I'll give everybody some inside baseball on the Green Dragon Tavern chats. We never have a pre-chat like, okay, we're going to talk about this and we're going to talk about that. We can't talk about that. No, it's a fucking wing and a prayer, man.
That's what we do, brother. Now, you see, whenever D runs the shit, I don't fucking put description, all the above, or blank, because it's whatever. We talk about whatever here.
Well, it's like this, man. You know, we're all coming from different places. We all got different experiences. You know, we're just trying to get to the next day. You know what I'm saying? None of us are promised shit. So.
No doubt. That's the truth right there, bro.
Anybody seen those jib jab videos? They cutting the faces out of the chats and putting them into animation.
I heard about that.
I was actually just commenting to Dooley's video that he put up about us earlier, the farting Christmas song. So right when he said that, I was commenting to him. So yeah, that's a pretty cool site. A lot of people are starting to get on board with that one. Jibjab.com.
Good puppy. Okay, I will send you a link. Galen's been up late for the last week.
So, G, when are you going back to Jamaica?
We're going to California first. Yeah, we're going to California. I think within 30 days, I think we're going to get going. And then after I go to California, I think that's when I'll hit up Jamaica.
Yeah, so I don't know when tourist season is in Jamaica, so all the prices go up and all that kind of shit.
Yeah, man, do I miss it. Boy, do I miss it.
hurricane season's usually pretty cheap. You just never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, the biggest hurricane season there is September. September's the worst month of the whole year. September. One bad month of the year, they said. September and October, and then after that it gets good. It gets nice and good. Yep.
Yeah, I was there in Jamaica summer of '77, August of '77. So imagine things changed a lot. Their money was like $1 Jamaican to almost $1 US, and now was it like 200 times or something?
It's $99 their currency. So
Oh,
our $100 bill to Jamaica, it's or their $100 bill is worth $1 US.
yeah, 100 to 1. Yeah, they got better than I thought. It was worse than that, like 125 or something.
Yeah, 100 to 1. That's pretty sad. I mean, their country is just. You remember me telling you guys, it's just bad. Like, you really appreciate, the life that we have. Like I told my wife and kids, I said, look around. And the people still were just so happy, no matter how bad they had it, no power. They made about 60, $70 a week, full time. But it's just, you definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, being thankful for what you have. Yeah.
Be thankful for what you have, because it can be gone in a second. Anybody heard from you today?
Just as promo.
Huh?
Just as promo for tonight's chat about bitching about dealing with the DMV. So that was kind of what we were talking about earlier. I know that must have been private chat we were doing before we started. But
I'll say his last point around 10 after 8.
What'd you say, Steve?
You guys remember something about just pushing that live button. We probably should have pushed it earlier because we talked about a bunch of things like dinner plate size spiders and weird shit.
Let's bring it back, bro. We're here. Let's go. We got 34 viewers. Thank you all for hanging out on a late night on Thursday, like I said.
Yeah, Mule was doing his cold weather shooting. Attacked Daddy's chat. They're going to talk about their training going up there to Tennessee from Florida and how their fingers were cold and how it was a pain in the ass to load magazines and that kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it's not even cold in Tennessee,
Yeah.
Cold for them.
What's going on? Shout out to Tank Daddy. What's going on, my brother? Another daily chatter.
And one of the guys are talking about their troubles with 1911s. Some guy who's having trouble with his 1911, they're jamming all the time.
Well, they have a thing in James Yeager class. They said that if anyone who brings a 1911 and takes it to the course and it passes the course the whole day, the guy gets a free class on the house. Because the bottom line is, there's never been a 1911 that's passed this class. So, and obviously the guy there past weekend that had 1911, his shit locked up on him. I heard. People get upset people get mad when they hear that. 1911s. They're pretty guns. They're range guns. They're not battle proof. Not battle guns. I know they're 100 years. I understand they got the history, but we don't use swords anymore either. And they're 1,000 years old?
No, if you're going to shoot 50 rounds, they work fine. But if you're going to shoot 600, then that might be an issue. Yeah.
And again, like I said, I'm not dogging it, but like I said, find one that's going to work. That's going to be reliable. That's going to be there for you when you need it. That's why people go with Glocks and Smith and Wesson. Other shit. To protect themselves or protect their homes or yada yada yada. I just want something that's going to work when I load it. You know what I mean? When I rack it, I want it to go bang. I don't want to have any issues or hiccups or
I'll let the cat out of the bag. The best gun to have is the one that you have.
I know.
You know,
learn to use it.
As long as you train with what you have as well.
there's 1911s that run flawlessly. You know, they're usually the cheaper ones with looser tolerances. Same thing with ARs. You know, I got a buddy who has got an AR, and look at Tony's AR. He's never had any damn problems. All he did to his is change out the extractor. That's it.
I know.
Yeah, and he
And he
says he
runs.
don't even clean it half the time. So
Yeah. Oh, I can guarantee you he don't. Any lazy fucker.
that runs
You know,
that
but
shit dirty.
he shoots everything through it. And I got a buddy that I shoot with all the time too. Same thing. You know, it runs flawlessly. It's like shooting a 22, but yeah, you know. So it's really not friggin'. People overthink things. You know, they want to get the newest and greatest thing. And I use Hoppy's number 9. I use rim oil. I use fucking hydraulic grease. That's it. Why? Because I don't need to have frog lube or the latest and greatest or this or that or brake clean or all the new shit that comes out, because
Use whatever works.
Tried and true.
it works.
Yeah.
Use what works. That's that.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. Exactly.
I believe in the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid.
No doubt. No doubt. Plus, it also helps you on your pockets too, right? On your wallet. You know,
Oh yeah, dude. Totally. You know.
you can fucking save some money. Because like you said, everyone's got to have the.
Oh, there's
Boy,
dirty.
it's about time you show up. I didn't know if you needed a little nap before we started there. What's going on, my
Chilling, bro.
He's on parole.
Look right that Tony.
Hold on, I gotta get my headphones. Can't hear you guys.
Take a look at
So
this.
did anybody catch that killer Green Dragon trailer that Tony was featured in? And how, see, back in the day, man, Tony was on it, man. You know?
Yeah, I think I caught your comment, something like Tony wasn't doing something in this one.
Oh, man.
He wasn't drunk, right? Something out of it.
It was, he was on fire, It's when he still cared, when he still thought we could make a difference, He was like he was preaching it, man. Now he's all jaded and fucked up,
Living in Vegas will do that to you.
Oh man, nobody gets out of Vegas alive, dude. I got a close friend who I've lost touch with, and I'm just assuming that he's dead. It's the only thing I can figure. I mean, he went to Vegas, and last time I talked to him, he's talking about Viagra cocaine parties, and I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yep. See you in the next one.
Yeah.
I think he's more riled on what's going on, and that kind of stuff will get to you, and I think that's why they're doing it. Anything to throw you off your game.
Well, it's like you and I were talking the other day, and I was just telling him, man, I almost wish I wasn't aware and awake, just oblivious, because a lot of this shit we can't do anything about.
Absolutely.
And so there's that argument of, are you better off knowing what we know, or are you better off totally being oblivious like most people?
Yeah. I've thought that for a long time, at least the last 3 years.
Yeah, when you can't affect change, like, I can't come out my house when I see a chemtrail plane and fucking pull out the Stinger missile and take it down and actually do something. So it's like, I know I'm out breathing the particles,
And the more you watch it, the more you record it, the more mad you get when you can't do anything about it. And so I don't know how effective that is. I've even cut back. Somebody's echoing back on us. Stan, is that you?
Might be.
Okay.
One thing I was going to say before I cut or mute myself here is, one thing you have to learn, and you learn that in Alcoholics Anonymous, is don't sweat the stuff you can't control, because you can't control it.
Yeah.
good Good advice.
I got a train coming. You guys don't want to hear that.
So the Ferguson, they're coming out what, tomorrow, they said? The decision tomorrow? Is what they're calling for?
Did they announce that?
Sure, they said tomorrow, right?
I believe so.
Yeah,
They've already come down with the ruling. They just haven't made it public.
exactly.
That's exactly right.
Yeah,
They're playing it for all it's worth, you know.
Why would they plan it for a weekend? I was wondering that because I know they put it off all week long. They could have announced it last week.
So everything can be shut down, all the local, everything will be closed, and they want to announce
That's
it
when
for
people
a
are
day.
off work and they go do shopping and shit, you know?
They want to announce it for our day, and they want to leave town, close the shop, close business, and leave. Got any problems? We'll see you Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.
It's also Black Friday, isn't it?
You want to talk? We'll have the military there. I'm sure the tanks will be there. The military will be there. I'm sure all the powers to be, special ops. I'm sure the SEALs will be there. Oh, yeah.
Dabu is saying there's going to be protests in 83 different cities.
Somebody's asking a question for you, G, and like that.
All right, let me get the external. I will get on that.
I just missed something.
I had the external. Oh, I'll get it back.
One thing I'm thinking about is it seems like... Sorry, Stan, go ahead.
Oh, no problem. It was just dead air. I was just going to ask a question there, but go ahead.
No, ask your question.
What, Stan? What's up, bro?
I was just going to ask, going back to the Obama thing, did anybody really get a good synopsis of what he actually said? Because I didn't see it.
I can't hear you.
I saw a middle finger, and I kind of heard him say in my head, "Fuck you, America." That was all I got out of it.
Hey, who said this, Lance? Who's he talking about?
Obama tonight. Obama speech.
Oh, Obama, this Obama. Yeah, nobody, yeah.
Well, okay, so he got health care done. He's going to get amnesty done. And that'll be his legacy, man. And then they'll suicide him, right? Or not suicide him, but assassinate him or whatever. And then he'll be a martyr.
He'll be a martyr. Himself a pep talk, was he? That's all it was?
Go ahead.
He was just giving himself like a pep talk, pat on the back. You know, these are the good things I've done, basically. That's about it.
No, I didn't see that. I thought he was very arrogant.
Don, did somebody send Don a link? I'll send you a link right now, Don.
I think he's a little butthurt over the Republicans taking the Congress, but you know, he seemed really arrogant to me.
Come on now, you know they all play golf together. You know better than that.
I just sent you a link, Don.
Theater.
He was still a little butthurt, though. Just a little butthurt.
Well, if he's butthurt, it's because his lover's, you know, well endowed, I guess.
Right. His wife with her package. Bigger than his. He's jealous. Anyway.
Leave it to us to get off the rails.
It's all good. I remember JoJo was talking earlier. He was like, damn, G, I'm afraid of Michelle. I'm afraid of the wife. Does she scare you a little bit, JoJo?
Oh, yeah.
Bet.
Yeah, she does, man.
She's a little freaky, a little scary.
A lot bigger than me.
A lot bigger than you.
Hey.
Okay, what?
What's going on? What's going on?
Shit, just fucking ate some fucking Mexican food. I knew it was bad luck to eat No, it was bad luck to eat Mexican food today.
Oh.
Yeah,
My fucking stomach is fucked up.
I bet. You'll
My
be in
st-
that bathroom for
my
real.
s- my s- my stomach is having a revolution.
Oh. Oh.
They're fucking overthrowing a dictator right now.
Leave it to Tony to come in and talk about his bowel movements or lack thereof. What you're talking about. Fuck.
What's up, Don?
Not a whole lot. What are you guys into?
Well, it's a little late. I said truth, and I was like, fuck it, let's get this thing started and see what we can talk about.
I thought Mule was running one today. What happened? Disappeared?
Nah, yeah.
He got black bagged, man.
Yeah, that's Thur up. What happened to him?
So like I said, yeah, they got this decision made. We're talking about this Ferguson decision tomorrow, but actually not decision. They're just going to go over what they decided a couple of weeks ago.
I hope they save it. I hope they save it for the weekend. You don't want them to do it during the week.
I'll tell you what's interesting about that is how they went and organized the protest all over the.
Right, Don?
I said they went and organized protests all over the United States over that.
Yeah, 83 cities here.
Those will all be.
See, I finally figured out. I finally figured out what Obama is doing after all this time. I totally finally figured it out.
Yeah, please.
He's trying to divide everybody into the smallest groups possible when they ramrod whatever they're gonna run. Whatever they're gonna run, but he's got everybody against everybody basically right now. He's got every religion against each other, every race against each other. This amnesty thing just plays into the race thing with if the verdict is released tomorrow, you know what I mean? I don't know. It just all, to me, he's just trying to divide everybody up into these little ass groups so he could fucking keep picking off the groups one by one, more or less.
They do this over and over and over. If you look through history, Chinese history is really interesting. It's happened a bunch of times. They always try this shit in the end, and karma always catches up with them. All these fuckers will end up fucked in the end.
I hope you're right, brother, Don. I hope you're right, brother, but you're right, though, man.
I'm starting a new hashtag. It's hashtag cartridge box. That's all it is.
Yeah, the fourth box of freedom.
Nothing more, nothing less.
Because there could be another one, kind of a thing like the fourth box or something like that, you know. First three boxes didn't work. Well, we have to resort to the fourth one.
Yeah, that'd be a good way to put it too.
I just don't think any one of us would imagine that this is what type of state we'll be in. I mean, if I keep asking and saying, no one ever thought that we would end up like this. I sure as fuck. I know life's not peachy, and I know we got our shit, but could have been handled a lot different. Got to keep our eyes open and see what the hell's going on, and before you let a fucking ISIS come in and regulate.
There's just too many things that were hinky about that video too, though.
There's another side to this fuck that nobody knows, but it'll come out. It'll come out. And when it comes out, people are going to be in tears. Did you guys see what happened? I think Truth put it out. What was it the other day? Not sure. Russia, that light or something.
Yeah, it's hard to say what it is. To me, it looks like some type of new EMP weapon.
Yeah, and it's almost funny that in correlation, Ukraine had that, what some people think was an EMP attack, almost at the same time.
I ripped the video apart pretty good. It was, you could clearly see that the source was coming from the ground. I threw a couple of pictures up on G+, even negative imaged a few pictures. It definitely came from the ground. What it is beyond me.
It was big.
Yeah, real big.
It was. Yeah, it was big as shit.
I mean, that's bigger than a gas station blowing up. You know what I mean? That's a real. There was some real firepower in whatever that was.
Oh yeah, very serious.
Yeah, and who's to say it wasn't like what happened at NASA there a couple weeks ago? They might have had a rocket failure on launch. Who knows? But when they don't report anything, they don't say anything. It leads everybody to speculation, right?
Well, RTT, he shared a pretty good video. It was from a different angle, and it clearly showed something coming from the ground. It illuminated from the ground first, and went up into the sky, and then it dissipated from the sky, and then it had a little glow yet, but the glow on the ground was such a perfectly circled sphere. It was just, I don't know, it was weird. It was weird.
Yeah, I googled sodium laser, and there's images of it. It's like the same color light, that yellow. That's what made me think it was something to do with sodium. So it could have been some sort of a sodium-based laser test or something. I don't know.
That could be true too. You see that sodium laser go up, it could be taking out a warhead that's coming in at it.
Yeah, very true.
I think Putin's just flexing his muscles, and I don't blame him.
No, I don't blame him. Canada was doing war games in the Black Sea this summer, pushing their envelope, and Putin got kind of pissed off, and they skiffed was a MiG by one of our battleships.
I mean, the Ukraine, the way I look at it is, would you want Russia messing around in Mexico? You know what I mean? Because that's what the Ukraine is to them.
Yep.
I mean, really, we had no business over there. It's just more money, oil, whatever they can central banking.
Yep, after resources.
Why they're there, Don, it's all about the dollar. We're protecting our baby. That's why. Yeah. All about the dollar. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, I don't know what's everybody's gas prices down to. I don't know. I think ours are in the 260s or something around here.
And mine was, I'm at 280, 270 something, 280.
Well, enjoy it while you can. I don't know how long it's going to last.
Yeah, why is that? They were saying because the Saudis released more oil into the market with OPEC or something?
Yeah, I think that's the primary explanation, is the change in the market. But the world economy is so shitty that fucking nobody's using as much fuel as they used to. So I don't know.
Yeah, more people are buying electric.
And of course, they want to suppress the price so that ISIS can't sell their oil for a profit, and Russia can't sell their oil to make any money. And that's how they fucked Russia back in the 80s, right? Having a low oil price.
Buy a pellet stove, man. I got told the boys earlier. Buy a nice little pellet stove. Bag of pellets, $6. Last you 2 days. Cost you $3 to run heat in your whole house for the whole day. $3.
ISIS is already selling oil at $20 a barrel.
Oh, they're making theirs.
They're flooding the black market with it.
Yep. Next Friday on Black Friday, support your local black market. Make sure your neighbors eat.
Now, I've been paying $2.55 a gallon. Is what I've been getting.
That's good.
You know, I think as a juxtaposition on Black Friday, we should change that Black Friday into the, how they're arresting people who are feeding the homeless. We should turn that into National Feed the Homeless Day, like one of the other YouTubers mentioned.
Yeah, it's funny, man. It's talking about the homeless. Let me see. Tony, you still on? Tony. It's funny about not funny, but I remember Tony telling us about the homeless people in Vegas. He wasn't even seeing them anymore. They were just getting picked up and taking these camps, yada yada. They were getting arrested or whatever just for, hanging out. I wanted to see what was the status on that.
Yeah, Vegas, and just like a lot of touristy areas, they seem to have a lot of those laws for vagrancy because they want to keep that kind of thing out of the eye so that it draws more tourism. Right there, they're worried more about the dollar and the incoming dollar than their own citizenry.
It's the illusion to keep the value of the dollar is what we're seeing. The unemployment's already higher than the Great Depression. The EBT card is the hidden soup line. They have all these subsidies for housing and everything else. If there wasn't any of that, things would already have been changing the other direction.
Yeah, I agree. People say all the time, "Oh, well, there's no food lines." No shit, because they got their EBT cards. You morons.
During the Great Depression, unemployment was 29%, and I've seen studies as high as 30%.
We have food lines out here. I should video it sometime. There's a guy actually who videos a lot of shit around Vegas. And he always videos the food lines.
Yeah,
Tony,
In fact, yesterday at the convention center, I think there was like over 5,000 homeless showed up for. I guess they were offering them like food and a medical checkup or some shit.
That's what I was asking, Tony, if they still got picked up. Remember, you made a video how you were saying they were getting picked up and they were getting fucked with by the police when the homeless were just. You remember that when you were telling us that we were just getting picked up and it was illegal for them to even be outside?
Well, I see them in certain places. It seems like near the strip is where they get fucked with the most. But I see them get fucked with all over town. Because they don't have no rights. You see them like a cop will roll up on them and push their shopping cart aside and then just start interrogating them. See it all the time.
And it's not even, the typical homeless. It's the working homeless that I think it was Vice, one of those shows where I watched it. They had the people that are working up in the casinos, but they can't even afford to live there. They're living down in the sewers.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been back down there in a while. It's a fucking mess, so I'm sure it'll only get worse with them trying to legalize all these motherfuckers.
The Mexicans, they certainly love Obama. The Mexican people, they love Obama.
Yeah, but you're talking about like, I say 58 million Americans are unemployed. That's why I was hoping Mule did this chat earlier. I was fired up. Now I'm just fucking blown and burnt out. Tired of being mad. No, I'm just tired of being mad about it, dude. There's only like there's only one way that this shit is gonna get fixed, and nobody's really talking about that. Everybody's still talking about like some fucking.
Well, why don't you talk about that?
It's just, dude. I wonder, are we France or what? Are we like one of these fucking pussy ass nations that just gets shit on? Shit, the citizenry just gets shit on, and just takes it.
Well,
You know what I mean? People all the time they talk about America, and they always do the little America thing. And so, bald eagle and fucking beer and America. Fucking, what is America, dude? Bunch of soft, fucking indoctrinated, lazy fucks. That's about all America is. All the warriors, all the people who would be down to fight or overseas fighting in bullshit wars,
or made up wars that are not even
I
happening.
mean, the motherfuckers who are willing to take it to that limit, they're already fighting. They're
Think about
somewhere
all the people that
else.
fought, Tony. Think about the people that fought, and think about the people that lost their lives. They're fucking fighting for who? For a bunch of fucking lies? For a bunch of
Can you imagine?
for a
Can you
bunch of
imagine?
rich motherfuckers that don't give a shit? They're all numbers, brother. We are numbers. Yeah.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine George Washington and
I would love it.
Thomas Paine and all these guys?
I would love it.
They're just sitting there watching us,
Right.
watching the people with firearms, motherfuckers accessorizing their firearms. Dude, our founders saw what the fuck, people got all these guns, you know what I mean? People are so into the Second Amendment, like.
Tony, people are
and they're
going to
fucking-
jail for protecting themselves, bro.
Dude,
People are going to jail because they're protecting themselves.
Well, it is what it is, dude. I mean, I'm just saying, like, the people that are the people that are insured with the continuation of this nation, which is in my opinion, maybe I'm wrong, the firearm holders are fucking, the community as a whole is just disappointing. That's all. I'll be nice about it. And the community as a whole, the people who are insured, are supposed to ensure that this country lives on for our children. The firearm holders of this country are disappointing.
As long as they got their guns.
That's being nice.
Right,
That's me
right.
being nice.
As long as they got their guns, Tony, as long as they got their shit, as long as they're fed, as long as they're happy and their little fucking lives are fucking perfect, they can give two fucks.
We haven't reached absolute despotism yet.
What the fuck? Yeah, what the fuck though? Like, why the fuck should we have to wait that far? I mean, is that what am I wrong? But our founders didn't wait for fucking total fucking totalitarian fucking
different time, Joe.
The backing of the Continental Congress.
Different time, brother.
It's totally different. And I'll tell you this much about war: it's always been based on lies and propaganda. Every freaking one of them.
And think about the people that are dying every day, Don, for a bunch of fucking liars.
Well, hold on. What is this fucking different time talk?
Different time, brother. Are you kidding me?
Are you saying Are you saying that they had more balls and motherfuckers and pussies now? Because if you're saying that, I agree.
Yeah.
But,
Yes.
Okay. I thought you were saying something else. Cause
oh no, it's different times, brother. Look back in the day how they used to dance. Now you go to fucking dance and you get called the cops and you go in jail for 10 years. Different times, brother.
Yeah.
Pussies.
There wasn't much law back then.
Tony, we talked about this before, bro. When I say different times,
it's all a joke, man. The whole just everybody fucking being all so hot, like big on America and flying an American flag, and they're they're so proud to be American. Like, okay, is that just something you say? Like, is that something like you're with somebody and you don't even love them. You don't even love them, but you don't love them, but you guys are telling each other, "I love you, I love you," and it's just
the right thing to say, right?
It's something to say. You don't fucking love. You don't love this country, motherfuckers who are not like, Motherfuckers who are not are like the line in their eyes hasn't already been crossed, and you don't love this country.
I'll tell you what's going on, man. Is people like us already see we're already awake. More people waking up every day. Okay, I've been awake for a long time. That's what's going on. There's just not enough yet. It's coming. I mean, you have already, you're the very beginning, the very beginning of this.
Nah, to me, everybody is awake. The only people who are fucking acting like they're asleep are the motherfuckers who are comfortable with how shit is. They're lying to themselves. They'll tell you in your face that Obama's doing good shit and everything. They don't have no proof. They don't come with no fact. They'll just tell you that Obama's doing good. So everybody who's fucking, you know what I mean? Everybody knows that everything's fucked up. And the other people are just fucking just hiding their heads in the sand, you know, and the people that ain't mad at the edge right now, then fuck, man. I don't know, dude. I'm just disappointed with the people of this country as far as, like, everybody's always America. Everybody's always flying their American flag, and I'm so proud to be American, and, you know, fuck communism, and, you know, fuck this country, and fuck them towel heads, and fuck, and, you know, they're so, like, brainwashed into this fucking, like, Saturday cartoon of America that they don't even see what the fuck's really going on. You know what I mean? It's
that link I posted right there. Watch that. Make sure you watch that, and it'll give you a historical sense of where we really are.
Rob, you want to chime in on this, bro?
Because that's where we're at, Tony.
I'm just tired of the bullshit, man. I just don't get what the fuck everybody's waiting on. I just see motherfuckers. I see that they're trying to literally split this country into so many factions that, you know, there's no uniting.
Something to make a difference. Take your local office over. That's the only other way you can do this shit. We don't really have the time to do it, but it would be irresponsible if we didn't start to do it.
You know what was crazy around here? You know, first off, my family, they're not politicos to begin with. But even worse is that right here where I live, this whole community is it's a corn growing rural community, and they're not worried about anything except growing corn and how to grow it and how to sell it, if it gets sold or not, if it's going to rain for them, shit like that. So they're everyday today life, you know. And, you know, you go to church, they're only worried about people going to church, how much they're given, and, you know, rest of the church programs. Care of. And then you got a couple little stores. They don't give a shit about anything except those people want to go to work, make their money, and get paid. So it's a very limited amount of the type of people around here. And by the way, it's under, or I should say just over 700 people I'm talking about. So I don't have a hell of a lot to work with, you know. I know of 3 people in this neighborhood of 22 homes that I live in. I know of 3 people that have guns, and I'm one of them. So you see how small all the numbers are, and to try to get anything off the ground at this point with these people is going to be astronomical.
Usually to get through to people, though, it takes generations, and I'm not saying generations.
It's not even. To me, it's not even about getting through to people. You're trying to find the people that are willing to go fight to take shit back. There's
even if, okay, you got to imagine, even if these people wake up tomorrow, a bunch of them, or most of the country or whatever, no, not everybody's going to want to fight. Not everybody's going to want to, you know, take that responsibility. They're leaving that up to somebody else. So you could go ahead and wake up as many people as you want. It doesn't really change the fact about the number of people that are willing to fight, because most of the people that are willing to fight, they already know what's up. They're already awake and they're ready to go. The fucking people you're trying to wake up or hoping to wake up or whatever, once they wake up, they're tuning in, they're watching on TV.
Right.
You know what I mean?
If the TV will come on.
Yeah, they don't want no part. They don't want no fucking part. That's why it took them this long to figure it out. If you're still trying to wake people up, because they've been burying their heads in the sand and doing that shit on purpose, man. You'd be surprised what you do when people are scared, you know.
Yep.
Sorry, I cut you off there, Stan.
Oh, no problem. No, and I think you're right to a certain degree. Like a lot of them, like especially people with children, they're going to try to find a place to either get to it, like a safe place to get to. They're not going to want to be in the fight, especially if they got small children, you know. But yeah, I understand, and it's just a certain percentage that are willing to stand up. Very small percentage, apparently.
Yeah, and those people are awake already. You know what I mean? The people that are fucking gonna rock and roll, those people are awake.
Yeah, but today, you know, as well as I do that, it's kind of a PR thing too. As well, you know, back when the founding fathers did it, they knew to do it the legal way. They knew to, you know, convene and organize and convene, come to a decision, write their articles of declaration, and do it the legal way. And that's the route that they chose. And I think that maybe, you know, that's possibly the route that needs to be taken again. However, you need to get people to organize.
They petitioned the king until they absolutely knew that he wasn't going to do it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just one time, all this fucker ain't going to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
It went on for... it gained speed for 20 years before the revolution took out. We're not there yet. We're just at the end of our manufacturing base.
I think with the technology, just like whoever said earlier, this is different times, and that technology, that kind of technology, we don't got 20 years. We don't have, you know what I mean? Yeah, they were facing a superior army, or a military, but we're talking about light years. We're talking about they knew even hey, this is what their top fucking weaponry they're gonna come with. We don't even know our government's been fucking our money away for 50, 60 years. We don't know what the fuck they've been fucking our money away on, you know? Who knows what they've come up with and what they're willing to use on the citizens of this country.
A lot of the soldiers are citizens, man. You know what I mean? They're just like me and you. I know a lot of them. I know a lot of them that's still in there, and they're awake to it. They know what's going on. If you think they're going to turn guns on us, they're dreaming.
Well, it's not to mention the money that they've used of ours, and I'm up in Canada, and I know they've done the same up here. That they've sunk into saving themselves if all fails. You know, the continuity of government and the dumb bases that they built to save their own asses.
It won't work.
No, I think they'll use the police first, and then when the police just get totally the police won't even be a match for the populace. Then that's when they'll try to use the military, and they'll sell them on the fact that all the police were slaughtered, more or less. You know what I mean? Because they didn't stand a chance.
I'll tell you what we're witnessing is the end of America. It's not going to be the same thing again. It's not.
I always seen us breaking up like the Soviet Union did. It's always been an idea in my head as far as like there was a movie like talking about how the Soviet Union fell apart. You know, a lot of them fucking overspent. Do everything that we're doing now. That's what happened in the Soviet Union, more or less. You know what I mean? And then the Soviet Union broke up. So I always figured we'd end up being like that. I never thought that we could sustain what we got going on right now.
That's exactly what's going to happen. And the thing is there will be leaders rise and try to take over other parts of the country. That's what we can't let happen.
Yeah, people trying to fill the power vacuum.
Yeah, we can't let some guy say in the Northeast or whatever take over the state. It ain't going on with them. That shit can't happen, man. Then again, this whole thing might fall apart and nothing bad happens other than it falling apart.
You have any ID? Yeah. Can I see your ID?
What?
No, you're free to go. I'm not detaining you.
Somebody watching that video where a guy made a cop he got rid of a cop in 11 seconds.
Another bad thing about our history is history is always written by the winner.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really get a factual account of what really happened.
No.
So you actually have to go look at the other side. You know what I'm saying? Even if it goes against the grain, goes against everything you've ever been taught, because there's probably a lot of facts there.
That's right, because the truth lies somewhere in between what the two parties are saying.
I mean, I've been looking into World War II for 10 years, and some of the stuff I've learned is just, I wouldn't even talk to you guys about on here. You would fucking call me crazy.
Well, I'll say the one thing that I did learn. I learned that, Germany and Japan and Italy were all being pressed with sanctions to the point where their people were starving to death. So, I mean, were they pushed into war? I don't know.
Well, it's just like in Poland. After World War I, pieces of Germany went to Poland, West Prussia, and the Danzig corridor. The Poles were killing ethnic Germans in there before the Germans actually invaded.
Yeah.
And that's just stuff we don't hear, you know what I mean? And
right. You never hear that other side of the story.
They just wanted war. Same thing going on today. The big war hawks and the big, companies want to make money off of it.
Yeah.
Same thing happened then. It's a never-ending cycle that us regular folks get screwed in.
Yeah, and that's why we have to look at our history from a stance of being propaganda.
Yeah, absolutely. It is.
Yeah.
I would say a 70%. You always demonize the enemy. That's how you get the population.
Right.
Just like ISIS and all them. I just don't believe anything they push in.
Yeah, it's all public relations.
Hey, somebody go into the chat, into the lounge, and like the chat, because we've got 13 likes. I don't like that number.
Done.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much.
Where's music?
All right.
I like what third option has to say out there, though. I mean, it's not about those who would fight. You need a sizable portion of those who wouldn't to side with you, or it's over before it starts. You have to have the support of the people too, right? You have to have that PR portion.
Well, I think that's what Obama's intentionally destroying. Like I said earlier, he split everybody up into a bunch of factions. You ain't gonna get nobody fucking siding with nobody.
We need money. Is what we need. You need to have your own TV station that pushes our point of view. You have to. We're just not there yet, man. I'm telling you, we're at the end of the big boom.
We're close, but we're not quite.
Ready to go into the crazy shit.
Hey, fuck it. I guess I think we're fucked.
These fuckers been selling us out since the 70s. Right now, what they're doing is scrambling for as much as they can take out of what's left of the economy.
Yeah. Somebody released something there, I think it was Saturday or Sunday, something about the banks. Do you remember that, Joe?
I'm sorry, I missed that.
What order?
Somebody released something about the banks on Sunday about them dropping the securities or something. They're the FDIC insurance on them. Something.
No, I didn't hear that.
Actually, I think it might have been truth.
No, that's not a good sign there.
No.
The Federal Reserve System is the biggest scam ever perpetrated on people ever.
Yeah.
It's a system of enslavement. It turns the whole border thing into the big farm, and we work with them.
It was the G20 on the weekend. They mentioned something about changing the banking system, something about the insurance deposits or something.
Yeah, the banks are losing their FDIC, their federal-backed insurance.
Okay.
They're actually talking about getting rid of the dollar.
None of it matters. I mean, you're looking at this all wrong. You know.
Well, I think that's just another red flag, though, that we're getting closer, even ever more closer.
Definitely.
You're going to keep seeing them too. We're just at the beginning of it. I'm telling you. China's history is the best one to look at because they went through this cycle several times, and they have the most complete history over 3,000 years. And let me tell you, the dictator or the king or the emperor, at the end, karma, dude, they get fucked every time. And these are smart fuckers. They know that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
They today to kill us all.
Now you've got me thinking. I'm going to have to read up on some Chinese history here.
I put a link in there of something on my channel. Watch out. It's pretty good, man.
Yeah, but I think everybody's missing the point. The powers that be never had the fucking power to annihilate every human on Earth, more or less. Never. I mean, they might have had a ton fucking guns and a whole lot of TNT, but they could still never exterminate every fucking human being on the planet.
Right, or let alone...
You know what I mean?
No, but a little Chinese dude on a horse almost did, and his name was Genghis Khan, and that was over a whole continent.
Still, he didn't have no nuke.
No, it was only a horseback.
Who
He didn't even have a drone. He didn't have the NSA.
I'm telling you, civilians push all those buttons. If they don't want a war, it won't happen. We're not that far down the road, man. We just started on this road maybe 5 years ago.
No, hell no.
What road are we talking about?
The road to hell.
The end of the cycle.
No, sorry, the road to hell began in
the beginning of the war cycle, pretty much, or chaos cycle. We're just getting on it.
No, I'm not astrological. I'm literal, and I'm telling you, that shit has been fucked up for a long time. People could have easily rose up even, in the 90s? Could have in the 2000s. Could have in the 80s. In the 70s, in the 60s and 70s for sure. We all know that. Yeah. I mean, we're talking about way back. We're not... if we're talking about a cycle, we've been in the cycle fucking since, like Reb said, since fucking way back.
Well, those are the reasons, but getting to the end cycle, like
This
he's talking
cycle,
about.
this cycle started with George Washington fighting the War of Independence.
I mean, I was watching a lot of like history shit on like the end of the Civil War, and like after the Civil War, a lot of shit changed about this country. Obviously, I mean, the freedom's been getting taken away ever since the fucking Constitution was fucking written. It seems like.
Do you remember that Super Bowl commercial where they had the Chinese class that was talking about history, and the professor or the prof, whatever, the teacher at the front was talking about the collapse of the American economy and yada yada yada, and how to basically take over a nation. Do you remember that commercial? I'd have to look that one up again, but
He's laughing at the end saying, yeah, we own most of their debt.
yeah. How do you enslave a nation? Through debt. And they've known that for a while. Quite a while.
These people that are running the central banks, the same families have been at it for thousands of years. They've been through this. This is the third central bank we've had in America. This isn't the first time.
And for the most part, while the nation was developing, they kept them out of the country. Was it not until what was the mid 1800s where they finally let the banks into the country?
Yeah, and what's his name?
I'm telling you right now, if Mexico goes into revolution before the U.S. goes into revolution, I have no hope.
They're
Too
going
late, brother.
I have no hope.
It could fall like dominoes. It could go Mexico, USA, Canada.
I mean, we're just talking about one state in Mexico. The whole Mexico's not on fire yet. If we see some shit like a real fucking countrywide fucking revolution in Mexico, I mean, geez, and then we're still slaves. I mean, I don't know what else to tell people.
Real quick, I hate to interrupt you guys. I wasn't trying to plan and keep it on this late, but Tony, you guys gonna shut it down because I was gonna get going. I gotta wake up in a few hours.
I'll stay on.
You want to stay on? You got it, Tony?
Stay on for a little while, yeah. Yep.
All right, my brother. I'll hit you up tomorrow, guys.
All right.
Y'all have a good night.
Later.
Take care, man.
Peace.
Well, what the hell was that? Yeah, it's fucked up right now.
Yeah, and it's not like the whole throw the lobster in the boiling pot of water. You throw them in and then turn it up and let them slowly boil, type of thing. It's a matter of time. You know, like Save America says, it's just a matter of time. We're not quite there yet.
So what happens if Mexico goes into like all full-out revolution? What happens here in America? What changes? Anything?
Well, the auto industry, I know, will be hit quite hard. I mean, a lot of the automotive sector has moved down to Mexico, if I'm not mistaken. No, it has from Canada, anyways.
Yeah, I know a lot. I think my Dodge is made in Mexico.
You know, if not, a lot of the parts are made there.
Shit, there's a lot of parts made there. I work in a parts warehouse. There's a lot of parts made there.
So you're gonna see production halt on that, right? So
Yeah, and we bailed all that shit out so they could fucking move all those factories, all those American jobs to Mexico and frickin' China. We paid for that.
Yep, and all these deals
That's how they were able to cut debt, is because they fucking they fucking took all, instead of, probably using the money like they should have, they fucking went and fucking cut a bunch of American jobs, send that shit down there. That saves them a pretty penny. Then they take that other money and do whatever the fuck they did with it, reinvest it in new shit or whatever, or downsize a little bit. I don't know.
Well, it's just like Ross Perot said, if the NAFTA goes through and the Trans-Pacific trade, whatever, he said there would be a big sucking sound going south.
Well, and actually, the SPP, which is before the TPP, it was just after NAFTA, was passed by our prime minister back then. It was Martin, who did it on a weekend when nobody was paying attention, like all those bills that are past due that they don't want attention brought to, that are going to fuck us over. And it was the SPP. You can look it up, and it was him and I think it was Clinton and whoever was the president of Mexico at the time. And it virtually opened that whole trade route right from Canada down through to Mexico after NAFTA. And it royally screwed us, and that's what they're doing with the TPP now. It's just one big freaking trade circle that's royally killing us.
I'll throw you another one in there. That pipeline, whatever, I can't remember the name of it, they're trying to get passed.
Which one?
I don't know. It's the big one they've been making a big stink out of.
Oh, Keystone.
Yeah, Keystone. That's going down to the Gulf of Mexico. There's not going to be any jobs other than building it. They're going to load that shit right on the damn freaking boats and send it to China is what they're going to do.
Right, and it's like when the jobs went down to Mexico, a lot of this, I worked part-time in one of these factories, a lot of these supervisors were training these guys who were taking their jobs, and that's basically all we're doing, we're building some type of transportation pipeline that's going to take jobs away from us in the long run.
Well, if we want to bitch and whine, we got to go back further. Nixon is the one who started the trade with China, the most horrific humanitarian fucking fuckers there are. But Nixon said, "Oh, it's cool. We're going to get rid of the tariffs, and China is going to be our best trading partner, one-sided trading partner." I mean, that's where really they put a target on the middle class and manufacturing. And once you get rid of the manufacturing and the middle class, the blue collar, America's done. We're a third world country as far as I'm concerned.
We're almost there. I'm telling you, we're at the end of our manufacturing. I work in the scrap market. That's what I do for a living. And they say the economy is it's so good, this and that. Let me tell you, these are the lowest prices I have seen in 10 fucking years. Scrap is fucking terrible.
Yeah, and why is that? Even though China's demand is up.
China's not even taking exports.
Oh, really? The last time I was in metals, China was buying up a lot.
They're taking copper, brass, shit like that. But as far as steel, their economy sucks too.
Yeah.
How about my sister was telling me she took aluminum cans in the other day and they had her fill out a goddamn tax form.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Nope.
That's the way it's going. That way they can milk every dime out of us. My state's not there yet.
The product that was in that goddamn can was taxed already. That's the bad, pissy thing about it.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, it's just like your RSPs or what have you, whatever you do for retirement. Why are you taxed again when you draw off that?
Right.
Why should you were taxed when you made that money and you paid your taxes?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think people actually understand how much taxes they are paying. I'm paying 7 cents on every gallon of freaking fuel I buy.
If people knew how much they were taxed, they wouldn't stand for it. But that's the beauty of the mobsters. They're so good at it that people are unaware.
That's another reason why they hate the internet so bad.
Yep.
Because it's the other means of information that is finally breaking through. And now they're trying to pass all this net neutrality and all this fucking shit. What that it really is, it's going to shut us up.
Yep.
Well, but here's the thing, right? Ever since 9/11, you know, the internet and all these things have been coming forth, the Patriot Act, the NDAA, all this stuff, and everybody has access to all the information all the time about everything, and nothing has happened. That's not good enough.
Yeah, but what
You
do
know,
they look up half the time? Fucking
what
Kardashians'
it'll
ass.
be is when they don't have electricity, they'll start to feed on each other, and it'll be worse than anything ever imaginable, and we'll take each other out until they get their numbers down, and then they'll come out of their bunkers.
Maybe. I still think karma's a bitch. It comes down to the basic laws of the universe, if you ask me. There's good and there's bad. If you do bad, you're going to pay for it. But dude, you reap what you sow, just like the Bible says. That is so true. You look at people that's been bad pieces of trash their whole life, and their life sucks. And it's because they're reaping what they sow. I believe that with all my heart.
When you have a World War II veteran, 90-year-old ex-cop, pastor getting fined and arrested and ticketed and the whole 9 yards for feeding the homeless,
yep,
you've reached the end. I'm afraid to tell you.
Yeah, and when you're ticketing young girls for putting up a fucking lemonade stand, you know, or young boys, whoever.
There's no humanity left.
Hey, what do you guys think about this Ku Klux Klan working with the Ferguson Police Department?
Have you read the letter?
Well, I've seen the letter, yeah, but there's a story from what do you call it, Pete Santilli, that the Ku Klux Klan, well, anonymous, and these guys are claiming
they have to get us fighting with each other. And it's going to work, because when the veneer of society fades away, about 9 meals in, you're going to be killing everybody who isn't known to you. Period. You can candy coat it if you want.
I think they use the Ku Klux Klan and the Black Panthers and all these big major movements. I think they're all infiltrated. I think they use them like tools to do whatever they want. And right now they are working on dividing the population into smaller and smaller pieces so they can't organize against the real criminals.
Oh yeah, exactly. It's polarity. You know, it's putting brother against brother. And you know, I think I mentioned a couple of weeks ago in a chat that this is what it kind of seems like just before, or what it would have seemed like just before the Civil War happened. You know, what the discussions were like around the table, what people were talking about.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right. I hope there's enough of us that are prepared, you know, that we can come out the other side.
And I don't want it to get to violent revolution. You know, I would rather do the peaceful route, but it just seems that no matter which peaceful route you try and take, you're cut off at the pass.
Well, when the cops are shooting people dead for, you know, not being able to hear them, or, you know, not grab their backpack quick enough, or whatever the case may be, I mean, that's the end of the line. We're already in a violent revolution right now.
When your rights are taken away and you're not given.
Well, my rights can't be taken away because they come from my Creator.
Right. But that's what they're doing
as
every
long
day.
as I have a breath in my body, I retain my rights.
There is no law. There's just threat of force. That's all there really is.
Yeah, well, it's like they say taxes are voluntary. Try not paying your taxes and see how voluntary that actually works out to be.
All about that. They'll jail your ass in a second, especially if you're a business owner. They'll actually send people. If you turn over $1 million a year in sales, I'm not saying make $1 million. I'm saying just turn a large amount of money. They will actually send somebody a couple times a year to make sure you're paying your dues. I'm telling you, man. I got some gay guy that comes in there from the freaking state tax office twice a year.
Oh yeah. One of my wife's relatives is actually a revenue collector. They go around to the like they go by business license, right? And they just have whatever they have to go and visit and do their collections.
Well, it's just like we were talking about the police. There is some good cops out there. Not very many. But if they don't get these guys turned around, when it becomes hunting season, it's going to be on all of them.
Too late.
Even the person in the office. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, support staff.
Listen, the good cops will, as soon as things go bad, the good cops will take off their uniform, they'll ditch their car, and they'll go take care of their family like they should be, because you know that's who they owe allegiance to, not their brothers in blue, but to their family. Period.
And the ones who are out there for the control and the power and want this to come on, they will gang up and they will become gangs.
They'll get fucked. Maybe not at first.
And who's to say that they'll even keep the uniform on? You know, who's to say that they won't be tricky or?
There's martyrs in every conflict. You know what I mean? That people have to die before king. If you get criminal government like we have today, they will not leave without bloodshed. That's terrible to say.
Yeah, murderers really aren't rational, are they?
But like I was saying about the Army, they may even be in the melee at first, but once they get their fill of death, seeing their own countrymen dying, they'll turn around on these motherfuckers. There's not a doubt in my mind.
Yeah, my question is, with all of the soldiers that are deployed and would want to come back and support their country, what are they going to do, and how are they going to do it? They're going to be in some other continent or country, stranded possibly.
Good question. I know they're not going to feel good about the country being in revolution and them stuck halfway around the world and their family possibly getting murdered.
Yep.
I just can't get over this KKK shit. It's just hilarious. It's just like, it's just hilarious. The KKK. What fucking year are we in? Jeez.
I was just gonna say, what the fuck? When's the last time you heard that? That term. It's funny, dude. It's all about race baiting, man. It's too much. You got the Hank Paulsons running around. 87% of America said, "Don't you dare bail out the fucking banks." No fucking way. And Hank Paulson just said, "Oh, fuck you." I mean that's
it's redundant, man. It gets crazy, like talking about like the same shit. That's like it's just some new shit with a little bit different twist.
Yeah, it's not even really new, man.
Right.
I mean,
I think it's funny though that like they're saying the KKK is infiltrated the Ferguson Police Department. I don't know what that means. I'm trying to figure that out.
Yeah, fucking who knows, man.
But I mean, dude, really? Like they're really pushing this like this white on black stuff, and now the Hispanic thing is just, it should upset everybody, but
Yeah, it's gonna be a full on fucking war territory. I mean, that's that, dude. You know, we haven't seen nothing yet. Just buckle up, man. It
Well,
gets interesting.
well, they're not putting all that kit down there for nothing.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, and this is on the heels of the immigration announcement. You know, amnesty for fucking everybody. I mean, it makes no sense, right? Obama had the fucking the Senate and the Congress. He could have fucking, that was his MO, he could have passed, legislation just like they did with healthcare, right? But he didn't. He waits until the Republicans are, in the way, and so he's like, well, fuck it, I'll just use my power to do what it takes, and let's throw a little Ebola on top of that as well, and
Yeah.
just to spice it up. It's all good, man. A lot of us have been gearing up and been ready for the worst case scenario, so it's all gonna be fine. The main thing has been, just
Yeah, but it'd be nice if it would hold off until I get my hunting lodge set up north.
the crazy part is Obama's coming here to sign the bill or whatever tomorrow.
That's insane. All right, gents. Well, hey, man, it was nice talking to everybody, and I'm gonna bail out of here. Go spend some time with the wifey.
All right. I'll run it till 11, and then I'll shut off the live, and I'll open it up right now for open link. Peace out, Reb.
Cool, man. Take it easy, guys.
All right, bro.
Night, Joe. Night, Stan. Tony. Night, everybody in the lounge. Thanks for coming out. Sorry you missed Mule, but I'm sure he'll be back next week.
I hope so.
I'm gonna open it up for what do you call it, off air chat, and shut it down in about 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Unless you're in here, Joe. Who's in here as a dragon? Just me?
Just you, brother.
Yeah, I gotta crash in a little bit. I got work early.
Don't worry, man.
Yeah, tomorrow and Saturday. Gotta get it in.
Yeah, one more day for the week.
Still 27 people watching, so whoever wants to jump in, the link is posted. I'll hang it out in the after chat for a little bit. See what's up. Wild Iron, there's a link right there.
I got kids that are off school tomorrow in our home, so it's going to be fun. There's plenty of snow to shovel. So you still don't have that much snow there, eh, Joe?
No, luckily we've been blessed to be missed.
Yeah.
With dusting. It went east of us. Came off the lake and went east, southeast.
Yeah. It's weird. I was watching the radar and the satellite imagery there. It was just kind of swirling over top of us for a while, and right in that corridor between Toronto and Buffalo there. Like that's why Buffalo got hit so hard.
You got lucky.
Yeah, it was a little further north this time, thank heaven.
Oh, you got any shout outs, guys?
I'd like to shout out everybody in the lounge for coming in tonight and watching us. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the likes also. Appreciate it. Got 19 likes right now.
Oh, we're up to 19. Sweet.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
That's great.
Mr. X-Man was out there watching for a while. He said he's going to start getting into the panels now, so see what that's like. I haven't talked to him, just in texting on here a few times.
Yeah, shout out to the Green Dragon. I got in here late. I fucking was out for a bit, so I caught part of the speech and I caught the reaction and shit. So all the fucking illegals here are happy, I'm sure.
Might as well, let me see. I'll do a shout out to Truth Seeker for opening the room, and also to G Mangoes for picking it up in the middle, and also to Tactical Tony 702 for closing.
Yeah, buddy.
Then we're not live, so that was irrelevant.
The Dragon Trifecta.
No shit. Had a good one. I fucked it up. Oh well. Hey Tony, you hear the latest joke?
Nah.
I didn't think so. Okay. This guy comes home from work and he's got a pocket full of flavored rubbers, you know. Shows his wife and he says, "Hey, let's play a game real quick." He says, "I'll turn the light off and put one on, and you taste it and tell me which flavor you got." She says, "Oh yeah, that sounds cool. Go ahead." So he reaches over and turns the light off, and before he could do anything, she grabs a mouthful and says, "That tastes like blue cheese." And he says, "Wait, I didn't put it on yet."
Is that it, Joe?
Oh well.
I'm sure that was it for her.
One more, Joe. One more, and then we'll go.
You heard the one about the Avon lady, didn't you? Why the Avon lady walk crooked?
Why?
Her lipstick.
I like that one.
Yeah. Better is nice and short.
Later, Green Dragon patrons. We're out with that joke. Peace.
Good night.
Ciao, ciao.
See you later.